I'm Lana Jones with BlueBunnyHollow.com. Today we will be embroidering Santa hats. I will be showing you how to do this on a Brother 6 needle embroidery machine. However, we will talk about different machines, hoops, and stabilizers. If you are using a flatbed machine, your process will be similar, but you may have to open a seam or make sure you have moved the back of the hat away and secure it so it does not move into the field of embroidery. Then you can baste it into place, and I will show you that later in the video. If you need basting stitches, as it is not part of the file for Naughty and Nice, I have free basting stitch files on my website at bluebunnyhollow.com/onthehollow. There are 20 sizes, and they range from 2 by 2 inches to 10 by 16 inches. There are 2 sizes for Naughty and 2 sizes for Nice. I have also made the design with and without a fluffle patch. A fluffle patch is better known as knockdown stitching. This holds the nap down so it does not interfere with the design. The designs without a fluffle patch are for fabric with no nap. It is your choice if you want to use a topper. Unless the fur of the hat is really thick, I usually go without a topper, as the fluffle patch will do a good job holding down the nap for the embroidery. I have a video on knockdown stitching on my website bluebunnyhollow.com, Embroider Embellishment Facebook group, and on my YouTube channel if you need further information on what is a knockdown. Print out the design worksheet that comes with the Naughty and Nice download, as this will be used for placement of the words. Trim around the word you will be embroidering and pin it to the trim of the Santa hat. And ensure that you are centered on the front of the hat. Pin in place and set the hat aside. If you are using a flatbed machine, a standard hoop for the multi-needle machine, or a dime magnetic hoop tearaway stabilizer, you can mark the center lines of the stabilizer to help you place the hat straight, as shown on the bottom image. Cut a hole in a piece of paper slightly smaller than the size of the embroidery area of the hoop you are using. This will protect the hoop from being sprayed with adhesive. Spray the stabilizer with temporary spray adhesive. Do not spray the fur. The fur on my hat is on both sides of the cuff, so I do not want to use sticky paper, but that is an option should you not want to use a spray adhesive. Place the hat on the hooped stabilizer using the drawn lines to help with centering. Make sure the hat is adhered well to the spray adhesive. Move the top of the hat and make sure the back of the hat is moved away from the embroidery area. We will show embroidering the hat a bit later in the video. To use fast frames, which are for multi-needle machines, you need to know which is the top side of the frame. Notice the area I'm pointing at is a bit higher than the rest of the frame. This is the top side of the frame. The stabilizer will go on the back, whether you use sticky stabilizer or non-sticky stabilizer. We will be using non-sticky stabilizer today. You would hoop the fabric first, but for now, I want to show you how this frame is placed in the fast frame arm and then into the multi-needle machine. The fast frame arm hooks to the machine arm just like a regular hoop. Just make sure you have adjusted the arm of the machine to accommodate the width of the fast frame arm. On the fast frame arm, there is a large knob screw and 2 pins. On the frame, there is a small slit at the top and 2 holes. Loosen the large knob screw at the top of the arm. Slide the frame so the slit slides under the large knob screw and place the holes onto the 2 raised pins. Then tighten the large knob screw. Slide the fast frame onto the arm of the machine as you would any hoop. Since I'm doing a demo on the fast frame, I have not attached the Santa hat yet, so we can check to make sure the design we are using will fit into the frame. Select the design you will be embroidering. There are two ways to check if the design will fit inside the frame. The first way is to touch the trial sewing key, or trace, which is the more common name. Touch this button and watch the hole in the throat plate to make sure the design stays inside the frame limits. If you have already put fabric on the fast frame, I like to use the starting ending position keys. These are used to tell the machine where you want to place the needle at the start and end of stitching, so that you can do repeated pattern sewing. However, when I am checking the limits of a frame, I only use the left movement icon, as I like to see where the outer limits of the design are, as a trace moves a bit too fast for me to see when there is fabric already in the hoop. As you touch each icon, the machine moves to that position, making it very easy to see the limits of the frame. Just remember to put it back in center position so that you are able to center the design on the Santa hat. For the fast frames, cut tearaway stabilizer slightly larger than the outer edge of the hoop. Then spray the stabilizer with temporary spray adhesive. Place the back side of the hoop onto the sprayed side of the stabilizer. Trim the outer corners, then fold the excess stabilizer over to secure to the frame. Clip the hat to the hoop along the three edges that do not attach to the machine. I do use a wider hoop than needed, as the movement of the hoop will push the clips off as they get close to the tubular arm of the multi-needle machine. A wider hoop keeps the clips at a distance as the hoop moves. This is a Santa hat hooped with a quick snap hoop that is for multi-needle machines. The magnets go into the slots of the plastic part of the hoop to hold the hat in place. The way I hooped the Santa hat, I had to turn my design upside down. Make sure the design is in the correct direction for how you hooped the Santa hat. Now to center the design using the pinned image. I will move the needle to approximately where I think the center is. Then I will touch the thread cutter. As the needle moves to do the thread cut, you can see where you have it centered. If it is not hitting the intersection of the cross marks of the image, use the arrows of your machine to move it towards the center and touch the thread cutter again. I just have to tweak it a bit more and then it will be perfect. You would use the arrow keys on any embroidery machine, flatbed or tubular, to center the needle over the cross marks. Remove the paper image, baste in place, then stitch the design.